Alright, let's go over the problem from the last lesson. Let me cross this out. Alright. Alright. The question was, the cost of a book and a dress is $109. The cost of a dress and skirt is $162. If the skirt costs $32 less than the dress, what is the total cost of the book, dress, and skirt? Okay. Let me use a different color to highlight the important information here. We know that the book and a dress is $109, okay? We know that a dress and a skirt makes $162, sorry. We know that a skirt costs $32 less than a dress. And we need to find the total cost of the book, dress, and skirt. Alright. I'm going to draw out the information that we have from the problem, so what we know, okay? I'm going to draw a bar to represent the book and a bar to represent the dress. Now we don't know how much they cost, but we do know when we add them all up, the cost is $109. So in other words, when you buy the book and the dress, you have to pay $109, okay? Now the next part of the question tells us, the information says the cost of a dress and a skirt is $162. So, let's draw the dress and draw the skirt. Okay? And that's $162. Alright. It says if the skirt costs $32 less than the dress, what is the total cost of the book, dress, and skirt? So, for us to find the total cost of the book, dress, and the skirt, we need to find out how much each item costs. Okay, that's the only way. So, we know that our skirt costs $32 less than the dress. So, I'm going to draw this bar to represent the skirt. I'm going to draw a bar here to represent the dress. Now, the question actually tells us that the skirt is $32 less than the dress, but we can think of it this way. We can think of it as the dress is $32 more than the skirt. And if I draw a bar here, but in lines, let's have a look. If this dress is $32 more than the skirt, isn't this skirt less than isn't this skirt $32 less than? Can you see that? Okay. Now we know when we buy the dress and a skirt, it's $162. So this is their total. Alright. Now these two are the same now. Only the dress is $32 more. So this is one unit. I'll draw here because it's getting messy. This is another unit. If we just want to find these units, 2 units, this is what we need to do. We know the total is $162, and we know that the dress is $32 more than the skirt. So, 162, take away 32. Okay, and that will leave us with 2 units, and then we can find out the price of 1 unit by dividing by 2. Okay, 2 take away 2 is 0. 6 take away 3 is 3, 1 take away 0 is 1. So 2 units equals 130. One unit equals 130 divided by 2. Okay, now I'm going to use short division. 2 goes into 1 0 times. So this becomes 13. 2 into 13, 6 times. 6 times 2 is 12. There's 1 remaining. This becomes a 10. 2 into 10, 5 times. Okay? So, it's right here. Therefore, a skirt is $65. Alright? Now we know the dress is $32 more than the skirt. How do you think we find the dress? You have one unit here. These two are the same, but this is $32 more. So hopefully you got $65 plus 32. Okay? 5 plus 2 is 7. 6 plus 3 is 9. Now all we need to do is find the book now. Okay, then we can answer the question. So, let's go back to the previous drawing. We have a book. We have a dress. And we know that when we buy them together, we need to pay $109. So that's the total cost. Now since we found the dress, we can find the book now. So the dress is $97. So I'll label it here. And because we need to find the book now, I'm going to put a question mark. Okay? What do you think we need to do now to find the book? If we know the total of the book and the dress is $109 and the dress is $97. Hopefully you know that to find the book is equal to 109 total. Take away 97. Okay? 9 take away 7 is 2. The 0 is smaller than the 9. So the top is smaller than the bottom, so we need to trade. Okay? Grab it from the hundreds column. And this moves to the tens column. So 10 take away 9 is 11. Sorry, 1. So our answer is $12. Okay? If I put this here, then I can put this here. Alright. Let me number my steps. This was step 1. This was step 2. Alright, last step. Total cost is equal to, let's look at the book. So the book was $12. And the dress was $97. Okay? And the skirt was $65. If we want to find their total cost, all we need to do is add them. Okay? I'll move the dollar sign closer. Alright. 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. The 1 goes here. 1 plus 9 makes 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. Plus 6 is 17. Therefore, the total cost of the book, dress and skirt is $174. Okay? We actually had to do around 3 steps. So this is what you should do. Check your working out with my working out. If there was a part where you went wrong, I want you to compare with my working out. And then I want you to have a good hard think about why it's wrong. Okay? Then a good idea would be to go back and do the whole problem again. Now that doesn't mean copying my working out, but obviously you think about what I said and try to imagine that you came up with it yourself, okay? Because the most important thing about maths is how you got the answer, okay? It's not just getting the answer right, but understanding each step and explaining it really well, okay? Before I give you the next problem for the next lesson, let me show you very quickly, if you don't know how to access all the other videos, okay? Alright. When you open up my recent videos, they should have dates. So for example, you'll notice that this one is dated the 30th of the 12th and of the 11th, okay? So you scroll down, you'll see like a short description. If you click show more, you will see all other links, okay? For example, if we're talking about addition or subtraction, they'll just be in the general maths videos. But if we're doing year 5 maths videos, obviously I decided, you know, it makes more sense to have a separate playlist called year 5 maths problem solving, okay? So click that and then open the link, and then what you should do is you should bookmark it. And what that means is to on your web browser, it creates a link. So when you click on it, you can go to it straight away rather than doing all this. Okay. I'll try to update it daily, but the longest would be 2 to 3 days. Okay. Now here's a problem for the next lesson. All right. Mike and Kenneth had 560 marbles, okay? After Mike gave Kenneth 120 marbles, he still had 88 more marbles than Kenneth. How many marbles did Kenneth have at first? Now this question appears, well, it's slightly confusing that the second sentence is sort of tricky, but try to figure out how to draw it, okay? Because once I show you the working out in the next lesson, you'll be like, oh, that's very simple. Okay, so good luck with that problem. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good luck.